Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Friday night. You know what that means. Some of the number one sports podcast in the world, some Sports4U. Live on YouTube. I'm John. That's Mark. Nick Reeves is on assignment. He'll be back on Tuesday for the 400 celebration. We're live on YouTube and on X, so make sure you hit that subscribe button for Sports4U podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to Town After Me on YouTube. Subscribe to Culture Crash Network on YouTube. Follow all of them on X at Sports4U podcast at Culture Crash Network. Follow us like us on Facebook at Sports4U podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Sports4U podcast. On TikTok X podcast. If you are on X and Instagram, follow Mark on Instagram. Hi, I'm Mark. I'm Mark1 on X. Follow Nick on X, Instagram, and TikTok at 99gorilla. And let's talk about for night, like I said, 39. And the next time you hear from us, it'll be a celebration because we'll be celebrating. We can't get here without y'all, so we're gonna celebrate. Nick will be here. Yes, we're gonna be probably dropping by throughout the night, just to celebrate with us. I see Sam in the building now, but obviously we're days away from starting the free agency. We just had the draft. Obviously, we're still a month away from our training open, so we have things we're going to do tonight on Friday. And then, so, for the NBA draft, which is still fresh on everybody's mind. And that is this young man. San Diego.
Yeah, y'all know keep it in.
Well, Candace put up with it. Yeah, so right now we got that injuries versus the sky. Doctors versus the sky. Cooper Flagg, number one pick now in the NBA draft. Average. I keep doing very Davis, Derek Thompson. And I try to add more to the roster. So in Basketball Association.
I think the point year, I think people probably go come in expecting the average probably somewhere between 15 and 20, especially since Kyrie not gonna be there to start off. Actually, him and Anthony Davis did a good little one punch. But I want to see him make it to man and just continue to develop. He expected to get a year.
Yeah, so and obviously one pick. Yeah, they got they show he goes number 1 to the Mavs, and obviously he's in Dallas. He's gonna be rocking the number 32. In January, see, they just re-signed Daniel Gafford. They obviously they're going to hopefully another year, another year. Going to be their point guard. Obviously, you're looking at probably
That'd be a good one for him.
D'Angelo Russell, Dennis Schroeder, Spencer Mans. They're going to try to. They need someone that's going to carry the floor leadership for at least the first few months of the season, depending on how long Kyrie is out. If Kyrie isn't back, if Kyrie can get back before the season ends. So, and then obviously we're wondering what's the future of Jason like, and everyone knows that the kid has been on the Knicks radar. But Wednesday said it. He's not going anywhere. He's going to be our coach, and then they're just going to go from there. So congratulations to Cooper Flagg, and obviously we now know when his first game will be, because he is heading to obviously Vegas to play in the Summer League, and they found out the first game will be against the Los Angeles Lakers. So we'll get, because everybody's already seen the marquee, Cooper Flagg versus Bronny in Summer League. So
when does that start?
July 10th is when the Vegas Summer League starts. You got the Utah Summer League that starts next week, and then you got the California Classic. That'll be, or you have the California Classic, I think 4th of July weekend, and then obviously the NBA Summer League in Vegas will start July 10th through the 20th.
I've been wanting to go to one in Vegas once.
Yeah, so far they say it's pretty good. It's a pretty good deal to go there. You get up by a day pass for like $50. You go to pretty much the 2 games. One obviously in the Thomas and Mack, and the other one in the Pavilion. I'm not gonna say the first name of the Pavilion, but you know what the Pavilion is called.
Cox.
Yo, you good?
Cox, right?
Yeah, the Cox Pavilion. Pause. Then we had the number 2 pick in the draft, and that went to the San Antonio Spurs, and they took Dylan Harper out of Rutgers. There was no surprise there. That he went to the Spurs at number 2. Obviously, how about him, son of Ron Harper?
Son of his mom.
Oh no, we'll go there in a minute. But let's get about this, how this team will look next year.
Guard heavy.
With Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, and obviously Victor Wembanyama as your core to try to take the Spurs to the next generation of San Antonio Spurs, to take them into the next generation. Yeah, shout out to Ron Harper. Yeah, and obviously his Ron Jr. He made it to the NBA. He's made it to the NBA.
He's in the Pistons organization.
Yeah, he's on the Pistons G League team. And then obviously Ron just that's his ex-wife. I thought they were still married, but
that's his ex-wife. That's my.
Yeah, you good?
I can start too.
But yeah, how about Ron Harper and Dylan Harper? Dylan Harper is going to make $56 million on his rookie deal. Ron Harper made $35 million over, I think, a 15-year career between playing for the Cavs, the Clippers, the Bulls, and the Lakers. But now, but I'm happy for him getting his son to the league.
I think he could be nice there.
Yeah. So, and obviously,
I also think they got a log jam.
Mm-hmm. So not a guard.
Yeah, and I like Stephon Castle.
Reigning Rookie of the Year.
I think that's a trade bait.
Sam said I was feeling on Lakers draft and I give them a grade. You was feeling them? You give them a D? That's man.
You want to give them the D?
Pause.
The whole Lakers?
Yeah, you good?
Me?
Oh, I was not.
He wasn't feeling the Lakers draft. They got the dude who
we got old boy
from Arkansas, right?
Yeah, we got a dude from Arkansas, and then they signed a couple of guys in the undrafted free agents. Eric Hill, the leading scorer in the nation from Villanova, he got drafted, and then
he got drafted. Yes,
I mean we signed him to a two-way. We also signed our boy R.J. Davis, North Carolina, signed him to a training camp deal. We also signed Cedrunas Marshallonis. No, Marshallonis, the son, Austin Marshallonis, the son of Cedrunas Marshallonis.
Okay.
We signed him, and then we also signed today Julian Reese from Maryland.
I like the pick y'all made, the Duke from Arkansas.
Yeah, I mean, don't ask me about him because I can't tell you really much about him besides I saw that obviously he was with Calipari in Kentucky, and then obviously he went with him to Arkansas.
It's an athletic wing, man, that can play defense. He's not that good of a shooter, not yet. Something he can work on, but just athleticism. They didn't draft our center, our main position of need.
Now, I don't think you're going to find a game changer center in this draft, Sam. They're using free agency and trade for that,
especially because y'all didn't draft to the second round, right?
Yeah.
Hey, who got the 55th pick?
Honestly, the crazy part that was originally the Lakers pick. The Lakers would have been the 55th pick, but then they traded up with Chicago to 45, and then from 45 to 36, and they took the kid from Arkansas. But the Lakers originally had the 55th pick, but some kid from Australia going to the Kings. Or
let's see if he have the same kind of.
Man, we don't know that's not happening. Because the pick before that, the year before that. So, and shout out to him because he's had a good career. He's been okay with Trey Jackson Davis. By the way, Aaron Wiggins, another late round pick. So you can find late round picks in the draft.
I like Trey Noodle. What up with it? I like Trey Jackson Davis.
Yes. Oh, another NBA player, son, Dale Davis' son. But everybody's about we talk about Dylan Harper, but we know everybody's talking about Dylan Harper for one reason only. Obviously, we always talking about him being the son of Ron Harper, but he's also being the son of Maria Harper. She literally stole the show.
What's the best thing that happened in the draft yesterday? Last couple of days. Oh, wait a minute. No. Salute to that family.
So salute to the Harper family.
Yeah, man.
They're winning. But yeah, Maria Harper really was.
Who'd have known Ron Harper had the best looking wife out of everybody on that bulletin?
Well, definitely better than both of Jordans. She's Filipino beauty. Yeah, shout out Ron Harper though. Ron Harper.
Shout out to the Filipinos. You heard?
Yeah, shout out to Filipinos. Shout out to the Filipino community.
Shout out to the Filipinos. I like Filipinos. You know what I'm saying?
You said like shout out to those who like to be filled with the penis.
Hey, I know I do. That Filipino booty. Oh, beauty.
Yes. Yeah, I bet you do have it. But I say this, real talk, she was courtside at all of the Rutgers games. So.
I do have a question.
What's up?
And I'm pretty sure we transition to the next topic.
Mm-hmm.
But Rutgers had two players that was lottery picks.
That is correct.
They didn't make the tournament. Is that alarming? I know we kind of looked past that when Ben Simmons, when LSU didn't make the tournament, because we thought, LSU, Ben Simmons coming to LSU was just a talent, a different kind of talent, right?
Yeah. Nah, I think that is kind of alarming. I ain't gonna lie, that is kind of alarming. And let's talk about that other first round pick from Rutgers. And he was obviously he wasn't out of talk. Did Rutgers even make the NIT? That's a good question, Sam. I don't know. They might have been the NIT, but They weren't in the round of 68. I can tell you that.
Or 69.
But Ace Bailey,
A good round of 69 is needed.
I agree. Ace Bailey, who obviously was projected as the number 3 prospect in this draft. What up, Bella? Appreciate the compliment.
What's up, Bella? Rutgers did not participate in any postseason tournaments.
That is alarming, unless they declined.
They probably declined the NIT. Especially now we see.
When they got the other new tournament, what they got other tournament they supposed to be doing?
Niggas in trouble. Is that what NIT stand for?
I thought it was standard. Let me shut up, man. I'll say something.
Go ahead, John.
That's right, it is. I thought it stand for nudes in
transition. They on their way. Send the nudes, everybody, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, so there's Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey made it clear, his representation made it clear he was not going to work out for any of the top 5 teams. So those are teams that had the top 5 picks. That was obviously Dallas, the Spurs, the Sixers. They took VJ Edgecombe from Baylor.
Edge and coming is crazy.
The Hornets. Yo, that's Tig. That's hate.
Tig, what's up with you, dog? What type of time you on today?
Tig been on some crazy stuff all day.
All day, Tig been tripping.
I think he's just been tired because I guess he got tired of John Irvin calling him I Tigger.
Called him I nigga.
Oh man, that's crazy. Shout out to you, Tig. But he made it clear, and then obviously the Hornets had the 4th pick. They took Colin Kneppel.
The Hornets having the 4th pick is crazy. Hey, I have a problem.
By the way, all them dudes in their family have been a white family with all their initials is K. Huh?
That's what I was just about to say.
All this is K, right?
Dog, all of them initials at least is KK.
Yeah, I'm really wondering what's the middle initial.
And they go to Duke. Nah, fam.
Hey man,
I hope everybody in draft have a good career except for him.
Ace Bailey got bad advice from poor representatives. That wouldn't have happened if he was rep by Clutch. Well, definitely cut. Well, Rich Paul. Well, let me explain. We'll get there.
You know who Ace Bailey represented by?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
His name is Omar Cooper.
Yes, Sharif dad, who also fucked up Sharif's career.
And Tia Cooper and Tia Cooper's dad.
Yeah.
Sharif. Omar Cooper, he runs Lifestyle Sports Agency.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like it should be an agency for something else. If you didn't,
I've been to a Lifestyle.
You good? I heard it.
No. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
John, not on air.
Not all right. What else, Sports PSP? But he runs Lifestyle Sports Agency out in Jersey. So he's the father of Sharif Cooper. We all know what happened with Sharif Cooper. He got suspended, and his career kind of went south. And then also we know Tia Cooper.
He got suspended because of his dad.
Yeah, and he actually would have been a late first round pick in 2021. Ended up falling to the bottom of the second round in 2022.
And Sharif can really hoop too. That's the messed up part.
And then obviously Tia Cooper.
Oh my God.
From of course, he played for the Sparks.
Let me do some research real quick. Go ahead, John. You just talk.
Yeah, so Ace Bailey ended up getting drafted by the Utah Jazz with the 5th pick. Hey, Mark didn't have to say Jersey like that. I say, but Ace Bailey goes to the Jazz. He did not, let's say, he didn't work out for them, but he was trying to get to 3 teams. The teams that picked out right after the top 5. That was the Nets at number 6, the Wizards at 7, and then the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, Danny Ainge said, not on our watch. And that's how he ends up with the Utah Jazz. And then now the talk is he going to report? Is he not going to report? He didn't. Obviously, the Jazz will have answered the call. Um, they also had a pick in the second, and another pick in the first round. They took obviously the most outstanding player of the tournament, Walter Clayton from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, but Ace Bailey did not get on the plane with Walter Clayton to head to South. They head to Salt Lake City to obviously be introduced as obviously get ready for the summer league and everything. And obviously he's kind of been distant from the Jazz. Well, we found from Draft Express, Jonathan Gavoni, who for ESPN, their draft expert, that he is going to report. He is actually going to report tomorrow, so they get ready, obviously, for summer league next week. Remember, there's 3 summer leagues. There's Utah. There's one in Utah. Then obviously there's the California Classic in Sacramento, and obviously we all know what the big summer league is in Vegas starting July 10th. So let's digest this whole conversation about Ace Bailey and how this went. Clearly, like Sam said, poor representation. Now, one of his business managers was on Front Office Sports earlier today, pretty much running damage control for him, saying saying whatever about him not wanting to be a Jazz is not true and everything, and he's going to show up. Ryan Smith, the owner of the Jazz, he actually was on the Pat McAfee show, and he said that look, we're gonna love this kid, and he's gonna be with us for a long time, but he will report. But let's just talk about it. I think Omar Cooper misplayed his hand, and almost really did some serious damage to this kid's career before it even started.
I think he did do some serious damage.
Explain why, Mark, because people don't understand.
For you to not do no workouts, you tell teams I don't want to go there. You haven't done anything yet, and the NBA don't need you. You want to be in the NBA.
Uh-huh.
If Ace Bailey never plays a minute in the NBA is not losing no money. I think this is this is a selfish move, and I hate the fact that the representation of him allowed this to even happen to him.
It's just crazy. And now the question was asked. I think Tig asked this to us earlier. Do we think other?
I asked that.
You asked that.
I asked that. I
mean, you asked that
during the show. You're gonna draft.
Does this? Will we see other players try to pull this? Pretty much try to pull this kind of card where they're living off this NIL money, and they don't feel like they need to go to where a team that's drafted them, even if basically dictate where they want to work, who they're gonna work out for, who they're not gonna work out for. This wasn't the first time this happened. I mean, I saw a tweet earlier from Mark Spears from ESPN, and he tells a story how certain players back in 2009, a certain player's father told the team, "Don't draft my son," because he wanted him to go to the team that was picking right after him.
The Knicks.
That would be the New York Knicks.
Yep.
He didn't work out for the team that drafted him, and the GM, Larry Riley, at the time, was not going to be discouraged, and he went and took him anyway. The player was Steph Curry. Steph Curry wanted his son in New York. A lot of us let me be clear, I wanted Steph Curry in New York because I thought after what I saw from him and Davidson attorney, I thought, man, he could have easily brought life to the Garden. Now, I knew we would probably if I would have took some time like he did in Golden State, because obviously we couldn't have predicted the ankle injuries that Steph was going to have early in his career. And maybe he'd still be with Nike. I don't know. Oh, no, he wouldn't have. Because Nico would have still called him Steven.
He wouldn't have. And it's a blessing he didn't get drafted by the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
See, what happened to Steph is it was his journey. He had to go through the ankle injuries. He had to go through the negative before he got to the positive. I don't think New York fans, I don't think the organization would have been patient like Golden State was. And I think that's where the difference that's where the difference is. Golden State was patient to allow and say, no, we go allow him to get healthy and see what we got. I don't think New York does that.
And at that time, people forget Golden State had Monte Ellis also.
True.
They had Monte Ellis, so they had a veteran point guard.
True.
And obviously, when Steph started getting
defense,
better,
Angel.
When Steph's defense, when he started getting better, that's when they made it, which a lot of people thought was at the time a controversial decision, trading Monte Ellis to the Bucks for Andrew Bogut. But Bob Myers, who came in as the GM, he saw it. He saw it early, and I think that's why that happened. And obviously, Monte Ellis' career ended. I mean, stayed around for a few years, obviously with Milwaukee and then with Dallas, and then obviously ended up retiring.
Sam said, imagine Curry in New York reviving a franchise. Like I said, Sam, I don't think he would have been there.
I would have loved to see it, but
I don't. If he would have went through the same ankle injuries, I think they would have gave up on him early.
Yeah, he definitely would have went through the same ankle injuries. I mean, you can't, like I said, you can't predict.
You see what Tig said?
You can't predict injury. But here, let's go back to that question Tig just asked. What's worse, not working out or throwing a workout? To me, throwing a workout is way worse. Now, still unprofessional. If you okay, that's right. Because me and you been on the same line with the whole Kaepernick thing, so I understand that. So let's take them both sides. So not working out, it shows you're unreliable. You can basically call in sick any day and think and the smallest thing will keep you from doing your job.
Shout out to FMLA.
Yeah, shout out to all the sick time. Throwing a workout, show. So you good?
Oh, my bad.
And throwing a workout, you basically show that if things don't go your way, everybody's gonna have a bad day. Everyone day is pretty much screwed, and you can't have that. But like Mark said, because me and him have been consistently on this with the Kaepernick thing. Like, show up.
At the end of the day, even if your intent is to roll your workout, it can look like you had a bad day. And bad days happen. You know what I'm saying? But if you just don't show up, dog,
that just looks weak.
Yeah,
that looks real weak. That really looks weak. And obviously, he didn't work out for any team. We're talking about Ace Bailey because he was trying to get his way to or Washington or New Orleans. And what the heck was Brooklyn doing in the draft?
Being Brooklyn.
By the way, and we're gonna talk free agency in a little bit.
Brooklyn been the same since they left Jersey.
Pretty much. So New York's not for everybody. Shout out to Brooklyn because
shout out to the second.
Yeah, they haven't. They really haven't been the same since they left the city. I get why they did it because it was a good money. It was
just like Mahomes in Chicago, where he threw that workout.
No, see, that's on the Bears because the Bears told them they were. If Fat was here, he'd tell you the Bears pretty much implied to Mahomes they was probably going to take him, and they ended up taking Mitchell Trubisky.
Matter of fact, they moved up the trade to get Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah, and I give you another one that was worse with the Bears. I think they was supposed to draft Daniel Thomason.
Wait, hold the fuck up. Hold the. They draft.
That was 2000, right? That was a Michael Vick draft.
You talk.
They were supposed to take Daniel Thomason. Probably happy birthday. 45 the other day. Nessa, what up with it?
Oh, happy birthday, my bro, too.
Yeah, happy birthday, Nessa. And our brother Doc. Happy birthday,
Doc.
Yeah, happy 45 to Doc as well. But yeah, you can't just go in there. And this is where our conversation last year when we was discussing the whole ring culture conversation, where PK Subban said front offices need to be held more accountable. Now I give Danny Ainge credit; he stood on his ground. And by the way, him and his son are now running the Jazz, and he's not going to be threatened clearly. And if you thought that if you think he was going to get if someone was going to trade for Ace Bailey, you better believe Danny Ainge was going to hold that kid. Was going to hold the King's ransom.
Yep.
So it's not even to discuss.
He went in that 2000 draft.
2001.
All right, go ahead.
2001. But yeah.
I'm gonna say because the Bears got Urlacher in that draft.
No, it was 2001. That was the big LT Drew Brees draft.
Wait, Chicago drafted after the Chargers.
Well, LT tells the story they was going to move up to get him. Who did they end up taking?
David Terrell.
And David Terrell's wasn't a bad player either, though.
He wasn't a bad player, but LaDainian was already gone, so.
Yeah, somewhere I'll find the story. But LaDainian Thompson, I remember he told the story on the network.
Hey, Michael Vick didn't go to the Hall of Fame?
No, he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet. I think he just barely got on the ballot. He might just barely got on the ballot because you got to be retired at least 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
But yeah, Vic hasn't yet. But happy birthday to Michael Vick.
Deuce McAllister, Michael Bennett.
Reggie
Wayne was in his draft.
Oh man, that was a loaded draft. Deuce is going out.
Michael Bennett, Jamar Fletcher, Freddie Mitchell.
Fred X.
Oh, we drafted Nate Clements that year. My guy. I love Nate Clements.
Who did we take that year? 2001?
Y'all took
Was that the Mike Anderson year? What up? What up, Cash?
Who the fuck? Denver had a first round pick?
What up, Cash? I'm trying to remember who took that year.
No, I don't think y'all had a first round pick that year. Yeah, I don't think y'all had a first round pick that year.
No, it was the second round then. Because I know because obviously that was at the end of TV's time.
Chicago, Seattle, Detroit, Pittsburgh. I'll tell you right now. Denver.
Yeah.
Oh, we drafted Aaron Schobel that year too. I'm not mad at him either.
Yeah, so I found the boy Dallas Cash playing Fortnite with the kids.
Y'all drafted Paul Tavisier.
Shows you I don't remember.
He didn't play. He never played it down in the NFL. Oh no, y'all in the first one y'all did. Y'all drafted Willie Middlebrooks.
God, that was such a long time. But yeah, Ace Bailey. He now has and them talking about Paul George talking about it. You better go in there and ball out because you're gonna have a lot of veterans looking at you side eyed, thinking if things are going your way, you're gonna try to take your ball and go home. You don't want to alienate yourself and then be out of the league. Now, ain't they calling out names yet, Cash? So if I was
Marcus Sullivan, I remember that.
Yeah, so if I was him, I would be very, very careful with how
he got to go in there and ball.
How you handle things. I want to talk about another topic is what with the draft. And I would say we call on names, but I think it's something we need to just get out the way because it's not. I want to salute the great Scott Van Pelt.
Kevin Casper.
Scott Van Pelt, obviously the great ESPN Sports Center anchor. Obviously does his own sports center at Late Night Sports Center. And he had Tim Legner on the draft. And to me, he went on a rant on, to me, what is one of the most annoyingest things I find every year about the NFL draft. Listen to SVP.
The emotion I loved. I'm going to scream about the hat situation. It's not any. The league's too smart to have the moment that they've waited their whole life for be a picture in the wrong hat. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know why they can't fix it. Jay, it's not your job to fix it. I want to ask you about the player.
Thank you, Scott Van Pelt.
Yep.
This to me is the dumbest thing about the draft. I don't want to hear that waiting for the league year stuff. So we got to wait. We know Kevin Durant's going to the Houston Rockets. So the pick that the Rockets sent to Phoenix, that kid from Duke is wearing a Rockets hat, but he should be wearing a Phoenix Suns hat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they should give him the right hat because, like you said, that's a pitch op, and that's the first pitch into your NBA, and you're on the wrong team.
And then like Derek Queen from Maryland.
Dairy Queen.
Derek Queen.
Oh,
he's wearing I forgot what, I think it was a Hawks hat, but he's going to New Orleans. Oh, what the heck is going on with New Orleans? Trading unprotected picks to move up.
I don't hear nothing about unprotected in New Orleans because we know what happened with Zion.
Hey, yo.
Marlon Greenwood, Reggie Hayward.
But
Heath Evans.
Yeah, I'm so with Van Pelt. There's no excuse for this for teams. For obviously, we knew Kobe was going to be a Laker, but he's still in the Charlotte Hornets hat. Make it make sense. We know Luka got traded to the Mavs for Trae Young. Was going to the Mavs, but he still had to put on a Hawks hat and then Trae Young had to put on a Mavs hat.
It doesn't make no sense.
Vince Carter and Antoine Jameson. Chris Webber, Penny Hardaway. Dirk. RP Tractor Trailer. By the way, we know we missed out on possibly seeing Dirk with Ray Allen. If Milwaukee would have kept Dirk, they had right. Remember they just drafted Ray Allen 2 years before them. You had Big Dog.
Oh, so it'd been Big Dog, Ray Allen, and Dirk.
And then eventually they get Michael Red.
They only got Michael Red, but
he was second round pick though.
Yeah, but I don't know if they probably would drafted somebody else. But
Dirk and Ray Allen, dude.
No, Dirk, Ray Allen, and Big Dog.
Yeah, it's not no disrespect to Glenn Robinson, but I'm talking about on the shooting wise. Dirk and Ray Allen, but yeah, Dirk, Ray Allen, and Glenn Big Dog Robinson. Yes, Sam Cassell at point guard. Dirk, come on, man. I don't understand that. Hey, yo. All right.
Shout out to the women who like face painting.
Yeah. Those taking on the face. Oops. Did I say that out loud again? My bad, everybody. I'm so with Van Pelt. Get that crap out of here. Cash said that's about to get uglier than Tyrone Hill. That's crazy. What's another one I could think about? Them honestly,
they all like that, man. I just don't like
Ray Allen and Stephon Marbury.
Bella, what's nice and big?
Nope. But yeah, they got
Humble Rose podcast.
Yo, yeah. Back from Area 51 now. Let's go to free agency. Let's talk about free agency. So free agency starts officially Monday about 3:30. And we've already had some moves.
Man, you just put her on the screen. Mark, don't start. What the hell did I do?
Oh man.
There we go. We can put that.
Well, we can leave Maria Harper on the screen all day.
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out. Ron Harper. Ron Harper. That was your 6th championship right there. 3 with the Bulls, 2 with the Lakers. Yo, what the heck, Dallas? Someone trying to hand out a hot pocket under. Nope. But shout out again to Maria Harper. She was a real MVP. She was a real lottery pick of the draft. We did have, like, we talked about some moves the other day. We saw Kyrie staying in Dallas, Daniel Gafford. We got another news today on a move. and that is Nas Reed. 5 years, $125 million to stay with the Minnesota Timberwolves. So now, ladies and gentlemen, y'all can stop. Any Lakers fans who really thought we were getting Nas Reed, you could shut up now because it was never happening. I don't know why y'all thought that. I don't know why y'all thought that in the first place, but it was never ever happening. Hey, what are we doing? That was what I'm just saying. She went viral.
What's LBD? Oh,
Black dick. Oh man, that's crazy. Yo, that's wild. Oh, like,
get the LBD.
No. All right. The Nas Reed, he wasn't going anywhere, and we're gonna give you a list of the Fred Little Black dress. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we was right.
Okay, we was right. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Bella. LBD stands for Little Black Dress. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
What it stands for.
Well, yeah, and that's what she's referring to, and that is Maria Harper's dress on draft night. Right, Ron Harper was just chilling. He's sitting next to his daughter. Like, yeah, my work speaks for itself. 5-time champion,
2 sons in the NBA.
Yeah. But yeah, Nas Reed staying with Minnesota. Like I said, that wasn't really surprised because obviously there's not going to be a lot of free agency movement. Actually, I'm going to give you the list. I got a list right here from USA Today. Oh, and we got to talk about this the Sayu Ujiri news that broke today. So we'll definitely get there, and we'll definitely go there. But I want to show this list to Mark right quick about all the top free agencies we're gonna have in starting Monday.
Watch.
Yo, you all right? But obviously, some of the main free agents are LeBron. Whoa. LeBron, James Harden.
They're not going nowhere.
Julius Randle.
They're not going nowhere.
Kyrie just re-up. And then it's Miles Turner. And then his Miles Turner is unrestricted. But yeah, let's give you like the rest. They have the top 25 free agents. This is courtesy USA Today. So, all right. So I said we don't expect LeBron to be moving. He has a player option. James Harden has a player option with the Clippers. Julius Randle has a player option with Minnesota. And by the way, congratulations to them. Just getting new ownership with A-Rod and Mark Lowry. Kyrie just re-upped. Miles Turner's unrestricted, but we expect the Pacers to resign him. Not agent, but it sounds like the Bulls are going to give him the deal about $30 million per. Fred VanVleet just re-upped with Houston. John Collins just picked up his option with Utah. With the Warriors, he wants to be a star. He wants to be more than just a role player, and obviously Steve Kerr has pretty much showed him what they felt about him. Obviously, with the acquisition of Jimmy Butler, he didn't really get a lot of play in the playoffs. So now he's going to be restricted. And the team you're hearing is Miami. Obviously, and by the way, Miami, we heard about them. They're in the news because obviously we talked about the whole Kevin Durant situation, but now it's being reported they are one of the teams that's going to be interested in trying to trade for Giannis. It's come down to the Warriors, the Knicks, and the Heat, who are going to be the three teams who seem like they're the most going to be active in the market if Giannis Antetokounmpo decides to
demand a trade.
Yes, but as of right now, that has not been the case. Giannis sounds like he's staying in Milwaukee, but they don't really have enough they really put around him. What up, Cody? Cody back in the building. Hopefully I've been well. It's crazy that. Yeah, shout out Cody. And been under the weather lately. He had the flu. He had bronchitis. Fresh from his vacation. So
shout out to Cody, man.
Cody will be back with us real soon because obviously Cody got to get you right because obviously NFL season coming around, so you got to be around for the AFC South 2 days and the fantasy football. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Ballers.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to Ballers and Breeze.
Yep.
AC in the building say Giannis needs to leave. But where's he going though, AC?
Assume we want to make a thing about the fantasy football league.
Oh yeah. Dodgers just beat the Kansas City Royals. So shout out there. Clayton Kershaw 3 strikeouts away from being from 3,000 strikes. And shout out my man AC. He'll be playing in the 17 listener softball game in a couple weeks in West Covina. I'll see you out there. Okay. Whoa, that sucks. That really stinks. But yeah, let's get back to these lists. So, like I said, Jonathan Kuminga is going to be one agent. Malik Beasley on that rabbit hole. I think he stays in Detroit. Kelly Oubre, who just went over to Washington, Jordan Poole trade. Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas, obviously from Brooklyn, is another one.
I think he go leave.
By the way, Brooklyn is the only team. That has that has cap space. Bobby Portis is a free agent. Karis LeVert, Quentin Grimes, Brooke Lopez. I don't know who Santi Alameda.
I know who he is. He's not bad.
Clinton player. I think he's gonna.
He should stay.
That is a guy who's going to rotate out.
Number 32 with a bird. Table team.
Yeah, all right, we're back. Yeah, I saw that. So let's go back to AC's comment. He said Buck's not doing right by him. He's been contemplating on leaving, so they have to take what they can give. Well, it's not going to be. I think they're going to do whatever they can. They're going to do whatever they can. They're going to try to get the best deal. But like I said, right now, he hasn't asked for a trade, so there's no purpose
to even entertain
it. So
Chris Paul is reportedly determined to play closer to home in Los Angeles.
Yes, that's what I've been hearing. I think he's on. That's why you heard the Lakers as an option, because he obviously little Chris is getting older. I mean, he's in high school now. Man, that's crazy. And obviously he wants to be closer to his family. He's been away from his family like the last 2 years, obviously with Golden State and with San Antonio. He hasn't been with near his wife and kids. So I can understand that. He wants to be close to his kids, close to his wife, and be able to still be a father and still have a professional career. And he's near the end of the road. AC said, but yeah, I'm excited to play again. I just got my bat and everything. Yeah, so shout out man AC. He's gonna be playing in the 7-10 listeners game on West Covina in 2 weeks. I'll see you there though. I'm not playing, but y'all be good. He said, I think the Lakers should I think they're going to. I mean, they don't have much though. They don't really look. The Lakers don't really got that many options as far as what they can resources. They know they're cash strapped, and obviously moving up to get this kid from Arkansas at 36, that put them back in the second apron. And that's why you're not going to see a lot of moves, because a lot of these teams are trying to stay under that second apron, as you saw with the Boston Celtics. The Celtics are pretty much they got where they wanted to get. They got from under the second apron. Now they said they could possibly move, maybe send Anthony Simon somewhere if they want to make another move. But I think this is pretty much what their roster is going to be. So
I think there's going to be one more big trade from Boston.
I mean, I don't think they're trading Jaylen Brown.
I would think they trading Jaylen Brown.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Woo, boy.
If not now, at least by trade deadline.
Everybody's thinking they're going to have Jason Tatum this year. That's not happening.
No.
Jason Tatum, Damian Lillard,
no. They are. I think
Tyrese Haliburton, they're all gone.
I think Boston already know that Tatum's out for the year, and so they counting this season as a loss anyway. Like whatever plus come out of it, I think it's going to be a plus. But they not considering themselves a championship squad this year.
I agree.
And I think they are going to field calls for Jaylen Brown and see what if it's a deal that come up that's beneficial for Boston.
Man, that's crazy. They was just in the championship, and now you talking about breaking.
You know who I can see? Who? It's about to be really shitty. Who just won the championship?
Oh God, no.
OKC have assets, they have players, and they have a bunch of picks.
Yeah, they got picks, first round picks over the next 5 drafts or something. I think it is.
Mm-hmm. And you got to think they player that they drafted. That was it last year.
Yeah, Nikola Jokic
got hurt, right?
He basically in the first direction, pretty much ended with a ring, and finally getting the championship. But speaking of GMs, I spoke on this a minute ago. Let's talk about it. There was some news this morning about a GM who I think is going to be very coveted whenever he decides to get another job, whenever he wants his next job to be, and that is Masai Ujiri.
Who's the Lakers GM?
Robert Pelinka.
Mm-hmm.
So Masai Ujiri, it was announced. Shams wrote the story today. The Raptors announced a statement that Masai Ujiri is no longer going to be the president of basketball, and announcing that. So they have a complicated ownership situation. It's broken up into like 3 different companies, and one of the companies bought out the other, and now obviously Maple Leaf Sports I think has the majority interest, and they might, but it seems like they are going to probably be the give that to whoever it is. But Masai Ujiri had 1 more year left on his contract, so he's probably going to sit out this year, get paid, and then next year he will be the number one, the most coveted GM in all of the National Basketball Association.
If the Lakers know what's good for him,
and I'm like this, I don't know why no teams is calling him not to be a consultant. I just saw where Monte Morris, who was the executive of the year former GM of the Kings, who just got fired, he's coming over to help the Clippers. If I'm the Lakers, and I said this when we talked about us obviously with Mark Walter, that guy hasn't come to the Lakers. We too stupid. I know, Tig, but let me say this: that's under Genie. I think we need to really understand what Mark Walter is like as an owner. He's gonna let go. I think he's gonna run this the same way he did when he bought the Dodgers. They let Ned Kaleti stay on for 2 more years. Eventually, Andrew Friedman came available. They brought him in to be president of baseball operations. He brought in Farhan Zaidi to be his GM. They up to the front office as a senior advisor to ownership. Andrew Friedman kept Don Mattingly on for a year as manager. And then when the Dodgers flamed out again in the playoffs, he let him go. Everyone thought it was going to be Gabe Kapler.
You thought it was going to be what now?
Gabe Kapler. I thought his name was Gabe Clapper too.
I thought you said Gabe Clapping.
Yo!
I thought you said the Gabe Clapper.
Rob is the GM. Yeah, Rob is the GM. He's the president of basketball operations and the GM.
Well, damn.
And he just got that promotion literally some weeks ago. Yeah, you saw how Bass felt about it. So he brought in Andrew Friedman to be president of baseball operations. Farhan Zaidi became the GM. Ned Kaleti went up there to be a senior advisor to ownership before he left. I think he's now working for the San Jose Sharks now. And then I said they kept Don Mattingly on for 1 more year. The Gator was pretty much managing waiting. But Dave Roberts came in the interview process.
The Gabe's crazy.
Gabe, as in Gabriel. What is wrong with you?
Can you stop calling him that?
Oh, that like John Allen was calling Tigger, I Tigger?
I nigga. All of white people call.
Yo. Nope. So bench, Mark. Bench, BENCH.
That bitch coach is crazy.
Well, he played for the Padres. We are a bunch of them, but that's a whole other conversation. My bad. I got triggered. I'm sorry. And he basically stole the interview, and they hired him to be the manager. And obviously, look what he's done. We won 8 divisions in 9 years, 4 NL pennants, and 2 World Series.
Facts.
And obviously, and look, Gabe Kapler's went on to win. I think he was manager of the Phillies. And then the Giants. I'm sorry, Mark. That's his name. I can't help it. That the dude's name is
the Gabe Clapper.
Is Gabe.
Gabe Clapper.
Yo, calling someone like Gabe Clapper during Pride Month is really, really out of pocket. You know that, right?
Well, he clapping gays in Pride Month.
Hey, yo,
that's cool. Salute to whatever people want to do. I support that.
But yeah, that is why. But yeah, that's what I think's gonna happen with the Lakers. I think, Tig, talk to your boy, man. Your boy out here just wilding on a Friday.
Me?
But and then I oh my bad. That was not a good.
Then you clap.
I'm dead and not.
This is crazy.
It's insane. With Mark Walter, that's what I think he's gonna do. He's gonna look. I know Genie's gonna be around for a few years, so they say. Because everyone said, well, they said it about Mark Cuban, and then the Adelson group got rid of him, and now became, and obviously we saw what happened. They got rid of Luka. By the way, I was talking to my boy Polo earlier today. From the Table Matters and Chills Wrestling podcast. He's saying like, Waziri is the president of basketball operations. This is where I think the Nuggets messed up. They went and hired, they hired a new front office. If they would have just waited, Masai Ujiri, people forget where Masai Ujiri's career started. Started in Denver. All the stuff he got back in the Melo trade. Think about that.
You say he was starting back in the Melo trade?
Yeah, no.
That was travel.
Well, see, Melo's name was Melissa. My bad. Next year will be the new era once we have more money. Well, understand this. The money is only going to be towards like the front office and head coaching and who you put to run the organization. It's not going to be for the players.
Yeah.
Unless the player,
there it is.
It depends on,
can we talk about what really happens?
What?
These teams might sign a player for like a veteran minimum.
Uh-huh.
So on the contracts, it's a veteran minimum.
Right.
But some of these players is getting side money.
It won't be done until the end of the year. They reached the agreement, but it can't be finalized senior year. They'll have more resources, AC, but I think people just got to remember that it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. Keep going, Mark.
No, a lot of these players take these short deals or lower deals, but they're getting paid in other ways through the organization, through things in the city. And so it's a lot of these players that you see like on contract, they might have like I said, a veteran minimum, but they getting sponsorship deals with some of the local things. And it's because the team is putting in words for, you know what I'm saying? They put them in a position to do that.
Right.
So yeah, they're under contract, but they still getting money from other places. And I think that's the same thing what the Lakers about to start doing. You about to start seeing a lot of these mid-level players start taking some shorts, and they're gonna start having a lot more money out here because of the off the court things that the Lakers are setting up for them.
Brandon, you're right, because I believe, obviously, just look at the Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani got $700 million. He's deferred 80% of it because he's just living off his endorsements. Yeah, basically that. Meet and greets.
Like Chris Brown.
Not them type of meet and greets.
Oh.
Yo, you all right, man?
My bad.
But how if your girl was then, how would you if Chris Brown was choking your girl out?
It wouldn't be my girl no more. Simple as that. It wouldn't be my girl no more. We'd still be cool though. Yeah, all right, man. You wouldn't be my girl though. Take something special to be my girl. Garrett?
What he said. Yeah, I look at the situation with the Lakers. That's how they're gonna take it.
That's how they gonna take it.
That's how Mark Walter is gonna basically. Probably. What the heck was up with Matt? What the heck was? Did you see the picture of Magic's vacation?
Did that have something to do with the sun?
No,
I didn't see it.
Obviously, he does an international vacation, European. They're going to
Europe.
Oh
yeah, that's gonna be fucking.
They did a toga party. You see him in the togas? You know what toga is, right?
In the the white skirts and shit.
So all men was wearing white skirts on a toga. Let me shut up.
Wait, that was Magic Party?
Yes. In Europe, I guess when they were in Italy, they threw a toga party on the cruise ship. She said, "How much could Chris Brown say no to your Under Armour's at 1,000?"
An over.
Take the over, definitely. I chicks, I guarantee you, a lot of them chicks just be are thirsty as God knows what.
Turning down 1,000 girls is not. Ooh, nope.
Well, you think Will did? 25,000.
You know what's so crazy is? Let's just say that number true. I still think he turned down some chicks.
I guarantee he did. I think Guy Tori said, if your name is Wilt, I guarantee if you next man has 25,000 chicks, you gotta be wilted. By the end of it, you gotta be wilted. I was like, yo, that's wild.
Well, sometimes you fucking, he probably was fucking 2 and 3 girls in one night.
I guarantee he definitely was.
Hey, whatever happened to the dude that's
what we doing?
My bad, John.
That's what we doing? That's hate. You know that, right?
It's not hate, John. I just can't. I can't unsee it now.
What? Come on, man. Dude, my body count ain't that. My body count ain't that.
I didn't say nothing about your body count, John. I said
Tig, that's hate. See?
The dude came on the show and said John looked like a young Will Chamberlain. And then we started to look. And then now it's like,
dude, I do not look like no damn Will Chamberlain. Trust and believe. And trust and believe. If I wouldn't have had half, I don't even have, hell, I only have 10, I only have 99% of the body count he has. Now I ain't got 1,000. No way in heck I got 1,000. Will probably turn down 1,000 in a month. But I ain't got 1,000. That's real.
You ain't got 1,000 what, John?
Is if my body count 1,000. No, it's not. No way. No effing way.
You up on the hate right now?
Yo, you.
Nope.
That's what we on. I see we on some BS, and I see we on some BS tonight on the Friday.
I was just gonna see if I was about to hate right now. I had to ask myself, is it hate time?
All right, but yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen with the Lakers. They're gonna Mark wants to sell this process. Mark Walter is gonna obviously make sure everything is put in place.
Mark Wahlberg?
Walter.
Oh.
I'd be dang if the dude from Boston owns the Lakers.
Boston.
That'd be insane. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. But let's go and get into final segment of the show. Segment that's often imitated, it's never duplicated. Some people do stuff in the sports world they gotta get called out for. Cash, now we got calling out names. Still watching. Shout out to Home Roses. Now line for calling out names. And I have one person for calling out names. The Lakers just signed Angel Reese's brother, Julian Reese, to a summer league deal. I don't know.
Holy shit, that's her brother?
Yeah, you know that?
No.
Yeah, that's her brother.
She the best player in the family.
Yeah, that's her brother. And speaking of Angel Reese,
what the?
Just missed a jump.
That's
ugly. But he know our names.
The Utah Jazz or Jazz?
What?
I wouldn't mind one of Utah Jazz.
Well, heck, all the Mormons, I guarantee they just know. Mormons got, you know what Mormons are?
Do I know what they are?
Yeah,
a cult.
Yeah, but they have more than one wife.
Oh, all religions except for Christianity, right?
All right, so I see what we on that. Okay, I see that's what we on. Okay, yeah, he said Utah Jazz. Oh yeah, ACC guys, Ace Bailey.
Yep, that's who's gonna be on my call now.
She said knee downs in LA. She would have been in LA. She
should have been in LA.
Yeah, they took Cameron Brink. Don't get started. She's gonna make her way out there. No. Oh, she gonna make her way out here eventually. By the way, speaking of the Spark, speaking of Andres, she actually will be here. She'll be here Sunday.
Who they playing? Clippers?
They're playing the Sky are playing the Sparks, and Sunday they're retiring Candace Parker's jersey at halftime.
Y'all think Utah still hate?
Y'all still think Utah still hates future jersey retired player? Shut up, Tig. Don't start that crap. My mom calling out names is Odell Beckham Jr. So Odell Beckham Jr. was at Fanatics Fest last week. and he was asked, "Would you give up your Super Bowl ring you won with the Rams to win one if you meant you could have won one with New York?"
Yep.
And he said, "I never wanted to leave."
That didn't answer the question, but I'm gonna answer the question for him. Yes.
Why can't? Why was that so simple?
Yes.
No one asked. Did you ask? See, this is my thing. He asked the fan just asked a simple question. If you could have the Super Bowl ring, would you trade your Super Bowl ring with the Rams for an opportunity where you could have won one with the Giants? And he said yes.
No,
He said I never wanted to leave. Then why did you go to Cleveland? Then you ended up in LA. Then you ended up in my Baltimore and Miami and all that crap.
He should have went to Buffalo.
But no, OBJ, come on, man. I need to simply say like Mark did. Yes, because I'll still be a Giant. But no, you want to say I didn't actually leave. Stop it, bro.
That's the PC answer, man. Listen, man. A lot. Odell been in the league. Well, he was in the league what 12 years.
Well, no. This would have been. I think this would be his like 10th or 11th year.
Dog, he's media trained, so you're not gonna give you're not gonna give no answer where he can jam you up. I mean, even though what he was doing in the tub, that was
hey yo. And that's just called out Southwest for charging for bags. Yeah, that's trash. Southwest shame on you.
I'm calling out that's what's wrong.
What's wrong with Southwest?
Nothing at all.
All right.
I mean, it's better than Spirit, but
yeah, I got here. They're flying. I ain't doing that.
They're both RTD in the air. In the air?
I don't like those.
So that's like you got like a monkey bar up there, and you. All right, never mind. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
Really, senior? My call-out name is Ace Bailey. Not so much him. I'm gonna give some slack. The kid, 18, his representation.
So Omar Cooper,
and they got a whole management. It's another podcast I listen to where one of the dudes is on there, and he's in that. He works for that company. That's how I knew about all this shit that was happening before it even hit the news. The representation was horrible. On every level possible, man. Like the basketball level, the basketball purist that I am, and then black, man. You don't want to put nobody black in that kind of. You set them up for failure, dog. And Ace Bailey parents for allowing and trusting that when you just seen what they did with their own fucking kids, man.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. We saw if you missed part of the show earlier, Omar Cooper, who is the agent and representation for Ace Bailey, is the father of Sharif Cooper. For those who don't know, remember who Sharif Cooper was. Sharif Cooper was a baller at Auburn.
Yep.
Who got into a little situation and basically lost a whole year of his career.
But why though?
Because his father got involved in the business, and Sharif had to pay the price. Now, if he would have came out in 2021, Sharif Cooper would have been a late first round pick. He ended up falling to the bottom of the second round to the Hawks, I think, in 2022. He's never.
Yeah, I understand. Sharif like super athletic, but he can play. You know what I'm saying? But that representation, what they did with Sharif, you seen what they did with their own kid. Then Ace Bailey parents goes and put the same people in charge of their kid. That's like these kids, like these parents who saw their kids okay.
Hey yo!
Oh, and Billboard. Is that who did the R&B list?
Yeah,
Billboard. Listen, man, I know that man is in jail, and I know he was guilty of some heinous crimes. it's not no way in fuck R. Kelly is the 9th best R&B act.
That's crap.
He's way higher than that.
Cut the crap.
Yeah, you know how I feel about Whitney. That shit was passed down from my mom. Rest in peace. Whitney shouldn't be above R. Kelly. Mariah Carey. Never mind. I'm not doing it.
Come on, man. Cut the crap, Billboard. Y'all know better than that. Ace, he said for the Jazz, not listening to Ace and just being stupid about it. Number 2, Ace for not having facial hair and just being a literal kid about his situation. That's hate, AC. He like, dang, he ain't he. Hey, yeah, his representation, whoever they are. His name's Omar Cooper, his brother. Oh, man, that's hate. Why you hate on it? Man, say, mad because the dude can't grow facial hair? I mean, he'll definitely grow some in Utah. You need to hire a real agent and get holiday workouts. Well, I don't think he's gonna hire a real agent now. He's already all in with this dude, so there's nothing to talk about. This is his guy, and obviously he's gonna stick with him until the end. Yeah, that's on my calling out names. That was Nick. That was smart. That was mine was Forrest. I said OBJ, and then yeah, it's weird. It's real weird. What? No, Ace was saying yes. The whole situation with Ace Craig.
With the Ace?
Well, with Ace Craig is weird. When that's they got the for those who didn't see the drive. Here's all right, here we go.
You can hire a real agent.
So obviously we talked about Cooper Flagg, Taylor Harper, DJ Edgecombe.
I love it when she makes you edge.
KKK Knuckle.
Knuckles?
Ace Bailey. Trey Jackson's when he was the best shooter in the draft going to Washington. Then you had Jeremiah Fears going to New Orleans. Then you got Egerton into Brooklyn. Connor Murray Boyles, Toronto. He's playing Malakit, the kid from Duke. Was really going to Houston. Was really going to Phoenix, but that stupid rule. Yeah, those are the guys who went in the first round. Obviously, but obviously, I think about that first right here, that first 7. I think those were the guys you need to look out for in summer league. Obviously, Cooper Flagg, obviously Dylan Harper, VJ Edgecombe, Con Knuckle, Ace Bailey, Trey Johnson, and of course, and Jeremiah Fears.
Also look up for Walter Clayton Jr. I think he's a baller.
That's right. Walter Clayton went 18. There's another one right there. See, Walter Clayton went to say he's going to the Wizards at 18. He's really going to the Jazz. NBA, get that right next year. You didn't see the NFL when the Jaguars moved up to 2. There's Brandon Krasinski in the house. You didn't see the Jaguars. Travis Hunter had to put on a Browns hat after the number 2 pick got traded to the Jaguars. Make it make sense. You feel me? Yeah. All right, we're gonna get up out of here. Remember, free agency starts Monday at 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 on the East Coast. Do not expect a lot of movement. You're probably going to expect a lot of players re-signing and maybe a lot of restricted players signing offer sheets and then maybe some trades. Obviously, all eyes will be if LeBron picks up his option or he just opts out to sign another 1+1. And then same thing with James Harden and Julius Randle. So we'll see about that. And don't forget Tuesday is our 400th episode. We will be live. So make sure y'all join us. I'm here. Mark's going to be here. Nick Freeze going to be here.
I'm going to be here.
It's going to be a party, y'all. as we celebrate 400 episodes. Nessa said she might pull up for the 400 episode.
She gonna be out here?
No, she'll still be in Dallas. I was gonna say she'll still be in the D, but that would not have been right. My bad.
You said she'd still be on the D?
Well, yeah, 400 AC, 400. Oh, my bad, Bella. Yeah, thank you, Sam. But yeah, and we have the latest free agents. What up, boss lady? So hey man, we've been doing this for 5 years, and we're still going. We're just getting started, and we have 400 subscribers. So keep subscribing. What?
Subscribe to this dick.
Bella. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but someone handle that. But yeah, we'll be back here Tuesday to talk free agency. Well, no, you ain't saying in the show, boss lady. We've been talking NBA draft. We're talking NBA draft. We're talking NBA free agency. And by the way, congratulations to obviously you and Shopee in Miami.
Colt.
Well, wherever she at, it's probably hot as fish grease. Are those?
Pardon it.
Hey, yo, Bella. All right, let's get up out of here.
Who?
I don't know.
All right, I'm out of here.
She's still is there somebody?
Shout. Mm-mm.
Dude, I saw fake scissors on Instagram. I was like, this has got to be crazy. Really? Take these doppelgangers. Y'all really be fun for these doppelgangers, man. Yeah, we'll talk. Well, I say we're gonna celebrate the 400 on. We're gonna celebrate the 400 on. And obviously, as we get ready for NFL.
Who got a fat cat?
We here, boss lady. I don't know. Oh wow, that did not sound right. Yeah, episode 400. So is John gonna finally admit to having the only Johns on the 400 episode? I want y'all to tune in and find out.
Well, I'm gonna say something about that.
Hey, yo!
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah, you do?
No!
You admitting it? Moose knuckle?
John Gorilla. Not bad.
All right, who got the moose knuckle? Who got the fat cat?
I don't know.
Raise your hand if you got fat pussy.
Yeah, if you got a fat one, just put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care.
And that's they tripping. I don't know what's up with them.
Yeah, boss lady. They tripping. He's tripping. Well, yeah, we'll be back. Make sure y'all subscribe to Sports4U podcast on YouTube.
Blame it on Nick, man.
Shout out to Mommy Mimi. Yo, what? Shout out to Mommy Mimi. Appreciate you reposting the stream.
Thank you. John, get that off the screen.
What, the clock? My bad. All right. Subscribe to Sports4U podcast on YouTube. It's always Mark's fault. See? I'm glad somebody understands it.
Ain't this a video?
I've been told everyone says it. Hey, by the way, we ain't gonna clear up this myth also on Tuesday. That we corrupt minds. We're gonna clear that myth up also on Tuesday.
No, we cleared some shit up today. Why is it always my fault?
I don't know, but The boss lady is smiling and she got her hands up. So let me shut up. My bad. I don't know. Yeah, well, yeah. What Bella said. Subscribe to Sports4U Podcast on YouTube. Townhouse Media. And
That's
Culture,
racist, Nelson.
and Culture Clash on YouTube. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Sports4U Podcast. Follow us on X at Sports4U Podcast. Follow Culture Clash Network on X as well.
On sex as well.
Yo, you good?
Martin did it. What the fuck? All right.
Yeah, man. Who you piss off today?
This is some bullshit, man.
Who did you piss off today, man? You basically everybody's you like
Everybody hearing you talk and saying blame it on me. That's crazy.
out of here. So make sure you subscribe to Sports4U. I don't follow X, Instagram, and TikTok Sport Podcast. Follow me at John Watson 0984 on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Follow Mark on Instagram at Hi I'm Mark 1 on X. Follow Nick on X, Instagram, and TikTok at 99 Gorilla. Subscribe to the Culture Clash Network, also on YouTube, and follow them on X. Shout out to Humble Roses, shout out to Marshall Mike, shout out to Talk It Up, Boss Lady, Nessa, Miami, everybody down with the crew. And yeah, y'all make sure y'all pull up on Tuesday. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be a real party.
There's gonna be a party, y'all.
Yeah, and that's a dope song too that Kel's made as well. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, that song was dope. Shout out that artist.
I gotta hope
that RCD was a banger. We will see y'all safe this weekend. Have a good weekend. Happy birthday, Doc. Everybody celebrating birthdays this weekend. Rain Becky, I'll see you Sunday. This has been Sports4U episode 399. Next time you see us is episode 400. I'm John. That's Mark.
sometimes.
That's a wild comment section led by Bella, Boss Lady.
That's the ladies' fault, not Mark.
Yeah, all y'all ladies are the ones who went wild in the chat.